Is your computer protected from the 143 security flaws that were recently addressed by Microsoft's monthly security updates? 2 of these flaws are actively being exploited. This is critical. If you have not yet installed these updates on your computer, you need to do that. You need to do it right now. We're going to show you how to install these updates, and you'll be able to actually see how to do this on your own. I'm Bryan Longworth, host of A Faster PC Live Technical Support, and coming up next, we'll discuss these flaws and also show you how you can install the updates to make sure that your computer is protected. We're going to be talking about the Windows updates. This is critical. If you have not yet installed these updates on your computer, you need to do that. You need to do it right now. We're going to show you how to install these updates, and you'll be able to actually see how to do this on your own. So Microsoft every month on the second Tuesday of the month releases Windows security updates. Last month in June, those security updates patched 51 flaws. This month, the number is actually even higher. So over 140 flaws, security flaws, or flaws, some of them, many of them are security, 143 flaws that are addressed in this update, including 2 that are actively being exploited. So you will want to get out and install these. Now, there's actually 33 vulnerabilities that have been addressed in the Chromium-based Edge browser. So it is important, it is critical that you install these updates. The two threats that are currently being exploited are a Windows Hyper-V elevation of privileges vulnerability. Now, this is for virtual PCs. I know a lot of people don't use virtual PCs, but if you do use virtual PCs, you'll want to make sure you install this update. Also, another one is the Windows MSH TML platform spoofing vulnerability. And that one was actually detected. What it does is it actually uses the old Internet Explorer browser, which doesn't have as much security as a newer browser. It launches a URL with this old browser, and then it's able to actually through an exploit, able to potentially steal usernames and passwords. And so obviously usernames and passwords are very important that you keep that information safe and secure. And we have talked about that quite a bit, but one of the things that's important is to make sure that when you go to a website and type your username and password, you're where you think you are, as opposed to somewhere other than where you think you are. Like, for instance, if you're going to your bank website, you need to be at your bank website, not just a hacking page or a phishing page that looks like your bank website. So this is, again, one of the threats that is currently being exploited and needs to be addressed. You need to make sure that you are installing the Windows Update to actually protect against that. Now, the CVE numbers for these, for those that are more technical, the CVE numbers for these are CVE-2024-38080 and CVE-2024-38112. Now, by the way, the second one of those was discovered back in May, and a security firm actually Checkpoint actually notified Microsoft, and this is what happens when a security firm finds this. The hackers were already exploiting this, but it took Microsoft a little bit of time to come up with the update, a month and a half or 2 months or so, to come up with the update for this to resolve this issue. But But what actually happened is they notified Microsoft. Microsoft comes out with the update, and now not only do the hackers that have been exploiting this know about this, but every other hacker in the world now knows about this and can actually be using this to break in to steal your information. So you will want to again install the updates. We'll show you how to do that in just a moment when we finish talking about these. There are 2 security flaws that were patched by Microsoft that address other issues. This includes a side channel attack called Fetch Bench that could enable an adversary to view heap memory from a privileged process running on ARM-based systems. There are some threats actually out there that deal with .NET, which is used on the internet. Also, Visual Studio. We mentioned the threats that are out there related to Microsoft Edge, which is based on the same core that Chrome is based on, and there are 37 flaws dealing with SQL Server. Now, if you don't have an SQL Server, you don't need to worry about that, but there are businesses out there listening that you have an SQL Server, so it's vital that you get these patches installed so that you can protect your SQL Server and of course protect against the other issues as well. So there's also another exploit, CVE-2024-38021. It has a threat score of 8.8 on a scale of 0 to 10, with 10 being the highest. This is a remote code execution flaw in Microsoft Office that if successfully exploited could permit the hacker to gain high privileges, including read, write, and delete functions. So that's something that you will want to, again, get out and install the updates to make sure that your computer is protected. Now, one of the things that I am going to do is I'm going to switch over to a full screen. Let me get over to my streaming platform. I'm going to switch over to a full screen. We're going to show you how you can go out, how you can install these updates, how you can make sure that your computer has these updates. So what we're going to do is we're going to click on the Start button. You can click on this on your keyboard, the Windows Start button or Windows button. Windows key looks like a 4-pane window and on a newer keyboard. Unless you have a really cheap keyboard, it might have WIN on it, or it might just be blank. Typically, it's to the left of the left Alt key. I have seen on some keyboards that there's one on the left of the left Alt key and one on the right of the right Alt key. But anyway, you can click on that. That launches the Start menu. Or you can just go down to the taskbar at the bottom and click on the 4-pane window, and that will launch that. By the way, if you have an older computer, it might look like a 4-pane window that's on a flag, so it's kind of waving. But you're going to want to look for a gear. And with Windows 10, they'll show up right above the Start menu. With Windows 11, it'll show up on the pinned apps. I have actually taken my apps and I have bundled them together so I can get all the apps that I want to have on this pinned. I can get them all on this first page. So I have a utilities app. So some people call this a gear, some people call it a cog. It kind of looks like a sprocket or a gear. So you want to click on settings, and you want to go into settings, and then you're going to want to click on Windows Update. So when you click on Windows Update, this will actually search for Windows updates. If the update hasn't been installed on your computer yet, you will actually see the updates available here, and you can install those. By the way, your computer may have Windows updates automatically being installed, and your computer may have even rebooted automatically this week to install those updates. That really is the best way to do this. you know, without having managed services, that's really the best way to do this. But we do regularly work on computers that are way out of date with updates, that don't have the latest updates installed. And, you know, some of them haven't updated in months. So it is important to get out here and check this every now and then to run this. You also there is a selection to get the latest updates as soon as they're available. I've turned that on my computer. That just gives you the updates a little bit quicker, and you can get those installed even quicker. Now, by the way, these updates come out the second Tuesday of the month, but your computer may not see them until the second Tuesday, or the Wednesday after the second Tuesday, or the Thursday after the second Tuesday. But sometime this week, your computer should have these updates should have been available to your computer. Now, one thing that I do want to let you know also is we do have managed services available for residential clients, for home office clients, for business clients. Our residential or our managed services for all of those levels has a feature where it searches for updates. And we're actually looking for updates on the computers that are in our managed program. We're looking for updates every or twice a day. We're looking for Windows updates. So if you were on our managed plan and you know, twice a day, if there are updates available, it's searching for updates. One of those times a day at midnight, if your computer's on, it will actually not only install the updates, but it'll also reboot your computer so that those updates continue or complete. See, part of the update happens when you actually do the update, install the update, but it's not fully installed. Some of the updates aren't fully installed until a reboot process. So during the reboot, what happens is your computer actually shuts down, and some of the update is installed. First of all, some of it's installed while you're in the operating system. Then some of it's installed as you're booting down, and then more of it's installed as you're coming back up. And when you get back into Windows, it's all complete, ready to go. The update is installed. So we have those. We're looking for Windows updates twice a day. We're looking for updates to programs such as Chrome and Firefox. Many zero-day threats this past month or this past year on those two programs, of course on Edge as well. A zero-day threat is a threat that is currently being exploited when it's discovered, and so it's very important to get those patches installed as quickly as possible. We also are looking for updates to other programs, you know, in addition to Chrome and Firefox, also Zoom and some other programs in there as well. And every hour, we're actually looking for updates to the Microsoft Windows security definitions. So those help protect your computer if you're using Windows security as your primary. We do recommend that you use Windows security as your primary antivirus, anti-malware protection. And if you want more, watch our video that we rolled out just recently on what the best antivirus options are. We do have a solution that will work with Windows Security, so Windows Security can provide you protection, and this other Malwarebytes Threat Down will provide additional protection. If you're interested in any of those services, you can give us a call, 772-878-5978, 772-878-5978. I hope you've liked this video, that you've learned something from it. If you have, please click the like button, click subscribe, and click the bell to be notified when we release new videos. And remember, when you have cybersecurity problems, you need a faster PC.